Happy Friday. Let me see something. Okay, yes, they are. The weeks, days, months, everything is flying by for sure. It's Friday. Hey, y'all. All right, let's get into this read. This is a good one. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afrozine. And today I'm reading for the Beautiful Handsome Collective. Hello, 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 Collective. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. It is truly appreciated. I am very appreciative of all of your tips, shares, donations, your commentary, just you being here, okay? Truly, truly, truly appreciate everything. Also, don't forget to support me in my author journey, all right? Wisdom Beyond Wounds was created by me to help and assist the collective with, helping you with your shadows. So if you're a person that may be stuck in your shadows, maybe you don't even know what shadows are, just definitely make sure that you, take some time to gaze through, peruse through Amazon. This is where this book is located, on Amazon, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. Okay. Thank you so much for your immense support. Mega, thank you. All right. So channel message here is: the moment you understood them, they fell apart. We're going deep today, as deep as we can today. So it's going to these reads moving forward is going to be super triggering. So if you're not ready to handle the truth in regards to how I'm going to show up, then I highly suggest that you click off now. Okay? Now, again, channel message here is: the moment you understood them, they fell apart. Evil people, liars, narcissistic individuals, however way you want to categorize them, hate being seen. They love to be seen, but at the same time, they hate to be seen. Now, the reason why they love to be seen is because they're able to control the lens, or their perceptive lens, in regards to how they want people to see the story, the outcome, the situation, the circumstance, etc., etc. If that makes sense. Where you come in here is that you are in a space now, or soon to be in a space, where you are fully going to not only grasp, but you're going to comprehend and understand all of the, we'll say, the undertones or the deeper subtleties that they have been trying to hide from you for a very, very, very long time. Okay, so let's break this down. They could survive being questioned. They couldn't survive being understood all at once, because it makes them, or puts them, in a position where they're very vulnerable. And most people that lie, they cannot handle vulnerabilities, which is very odd to me, because they're putting themselves, there are a contradiction. They're putting themselves in a space where they're being judged for the thing that they said or the action that they have actually taken. So understanding removed the distance between you and them, or more so between you and their lives, and forced everything they are into the same place, which is what they have to sit and more so basically struggle with, until they are able to accept themselves for who they are, which are deceitful, lying individuals. They will always crash and burn based on them being very deceitful and liar, or a liar towards himself and other people. So understanding forces them into coherence. They were never built to sustain. They rely on fragmentation to function, missing puzzle pieces laying all over. Okay, I'm gonna put a little puzzle piece here. I'm gonna put one here. I'm gonna put one over there. I'm gonna put one back there. They'll never figure it out. They want you to figure out what they're doing towards you. And then when you do, they're very shocked, because they never thought that you would, or actually could. So they rely on fragmentation to function, separate moments, separate selves, separate truths that never have to exist together. Okay? That separation protects them from ever experiencing themselves as one consistent reality. They have multiple realities, or more so, multiple illusions surrounding their realities. Now, the moment that you do understand them, you force coherence. You force understanding, and they don't want you to understand them. They want you to misunderstand them. Because if you are continuously, consistently in a space, a mental space, where you are misunderstanding them, they're always going to stay at the top of things because you don't understand what's going on. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Why is this? And so everything connects. Nothing resets, nothing disappears, nothing gets to be separate. Every action belongs to the same pattern, the same structure, and the same truth. That coherence traps them inside themselves. There's no exit, no reset point, no version of events they can retreat into. They are forced into a unified awareness they were never built to hold, which is fucking crazy. Let me repeat that. They are forced into a unified awareness of their mind that they were never built to hold. Ain't that something? You become the point where their avoidance stops working. That's why they can't face you. That's why they keep trying to push harm onto you, because you figured them out. You had an aha moment. You had a breakthrough. So their entire system depends on evasion, redirection, distortion, and also reset. It only works if you participate. That's the only way it's going to work. Their distortion, their redirection of their lies, and then also their evasion surrounding their lies. You don't absorb it, you don't react, and you don't chase clarity, you don't absorb, react, or chase clarity. You stay in direct contact with what is without moving off of it. So you're seeing it as you need to see it. That creates something that they cannot navigate, which is a fixed point. Every tactic that they use depends on shifting you, specifically you. So when you don't shift in the way that they expect or anticipate, their system has nothing to attach to. The system that we're speaking about here is a distorted mind, or more so their lies. That's the system that I'm speaking about here. It collapses inwardly. So their mind collapses within themselves, and they're trying to run away or escape their mind. This is why you tend to see a lot of liars, and I'm specifically speaking about liars and narcissistic individuals, deceitful and evil individuals. Okay, I want to make that very clear. This is why when the truth is finally shown in regards to who they are, their mental capacity of whatever they have left in their mind, it breaks them down inwardly. This is where the guilt starts to set in. This is where they may go even further in regards to inebriation of things, or they may tend to be subjected to I'm trying to find a word because TikTok don't like certain words. Paraphernalia, okay? They tend to escape with, medication, paraphernalia, or some kind of something, because they cannot handle the bandwidth of the actual truth of themselves. So every tactic, oh no, I said that. So what's left isn't a failed strategy. It's them without movement, without distortion, without escape, sitting inside a coherence they cannot break. I keep telling you guys that they're not coherent at all. They are incoherent. They want to be misunderstood. They get a thrill off of that. They thrive in that, and they also survive in being and feeling incoherent. Now, when you take out the incoherence of everything that they want to stay under or live under, it breaks through with coherence, understanding. And they can't have that. You drive them wild, literally and figuratively. That would truly make someone go mad. And this is what is happening here. So an example of this would be they attempt to create confusion, layering statements, shifting emphasis, subtly rewriting what just happened while you're still in the midst of the conversation. It is designed specifically to dissolve the original truth. But if the truth is original, you can't change it. They can only shift it, but they only can shift it but so long. Couple days, couple weeks, months, sometime years, sometime decades. It depends. But as I mentioned to you guys before, the truth resides in the past, and that's where they stay. They stay in the past so much that the truth has to be or soon will be exposed at some point a given time because they refuse to let the past go. That's why they feel the most powerful in the past, which is crazy, but whatever. Let them tell it. So you don't follow layers. You don't correct every distortion. You stay anchored into what actually happened quietly, consistently, without reacting to their BS. Over time, the confusion stops landing. So the rewrite doesn't take, and they feel it. So the system of their mind isn't working. Syntax error of the mind. There's no shift in you, no opening to redirect. And for the first time, they are left in direct contact with what actually happened, with no way to break the coherence, holding it in place. If that makes sense? So let's dive deeper surrounding this here. Channel message here is the moments you understood them, they fell apart. I'm sure you guys have experienced a narcissist many times before in your life. And the first thing they say when you are on to them, no one understands me. No one gets me. This is the thing that they say all the time. I just want to be heard. I just want people to understand me. That's BS. That's guilt tripping, number one. And number two, that's also gaslighting, which they love to do. And because of what they say specifically, oh, no one understands me. You do understand them. But they have to put it in a way to trip you off, to distort you, to misalign you with what they're actually saying to be the actual truth. Again, their actions are truly hidden in plain sight. It's very important to ensure that you become silent or still so you can let them do the heavy work or the heavy lifting, which is them speaking. Let them talk. No matter how harsh they may be trying to come up against you or towards you, cool. If it's not true, get into a space where it's not going to trigger you. You're going to understand that as you grow and as you evolve more and more daily, if that makes sense. So again, channel message here is the moment you understood them, they fell apart. They fell apart because you see all of their tactics, their old, dry out, archaic, null and void tactics that can no longer work on you. So since it can no longer work on you, and since you can understand, literally, figuratively, metaphorically speaking, where they're coming from, they don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to handle that. What do you mean you figured me out? Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? They think working in groups will make you, is supposed to make you afraid. But you got to remember that the groups that they intertwine themselves in also think like them. And if you have a group of dodo birds, 10 people within a group setting, and they all think alike, like that initial person who's trying to break you down or is trying to attack you or is trying to get you to see things in a different way, eventually at least one of them within the group is going to crack. Why? Because the moment you understood them, they fell apart. They don't want to be understood. Someone being misunderstood correlates to confusion and also distortion, which they operate in. Does that make sense? So let's dive deep into the oracles. How y'all doing on this Good Friday? Okay, talk to me, Spirit. Give me something good, okay? Shoot, give me something good, baby. What's up? Take it how it resonates. Wealthy man is in reverse. Since it's in reverse, this means that this person's wealth has dried up. It could be a physical financial wealth that has dried up, which I strongly feel, yes. It could also be an intellectual wealth as well, too, but they were never wealthy intellectually. They were cunning or more so clever intellectually. But despite that, they don't have it anymore. Wealthy man is in reverse. Now, the wealthy man can consist of a brother figure, a father figure, an uncle, a cousin, a friend, a best friend, a lover, an ex-lover, a spouse, an ex-spouse, however it resonates. I'm speaking from the negative side of this here, okay? Not only that, emotionally wealthy, they don't have that as well too. So there are a lot of things that they have actually lost by you learning who they truly are, if that makes sense. So again, they're financially in a deficit. They're emotionally in a deficit. They are mentally in a deficit, psychologically as well too, and probably also physically as well. So you putting all those little things together combined, it's going to be a recipe for disaster for that particular person who truly thrived and survived on distortion and confusion of things. Because honestly, that's what made them rich, or that's what made them wealthy. Distortion, confusion, gaslighting, if that makes sense. Now, do you understand why they utilize other bodies of entities or authorities to put you in a certain space? Police reports and court proceedings and things of that nature, having you trying to keep fighting in and out of court, having you spending frivolous monies or, money that you save for yourself. You know what I mean? They're trying to prove a point to you, not only to you, but to other people, that you so-called don't have control over the lies that you see within them. And that is not the truth. You do. I just explained to you how. You do have control over the lies that they're trying to project onto you, if that makes sense. Please do not be fooled by fools, because this is exactly what you're dealing with on a day-to-day. Fools. This is why they're not being seen or shown in the way that they would like, which is of high honor. High honor is in reverse, of course. They're not being shown in the way that they want to be shown. You've always, yes, you were, and I'm going to go there. It's Good Friday today. I feel great. It's Venus Day, okay? You were always dealing with an incompetent person. Yes, you were. But again, looks can be deceiving. Illusions can be deceiving. And they thrived in that. That's why they're here now. Hey, y'all. That's why they're here now. And they can't get out of it. They refuse to accept the truth for what it is. The truth is they are a liar. That is the truth. The truth is they're very deceitful in nature. That is the truth. The truth here is that they cannot pull the wool over your eyes. That is the truth. Yeah, we can say titles too. Titles are deceiving, and so are roles. That's why they use it. I'm your mom. What the fuck does that mean? Excuse my Spanish. What the fart does that mean? I'm your mom. But this same mother figure is destroying your life, probably abusing you financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, etc., etc. What does the title mean if they're not living up to the actual said title that they say that they are? What does it mean? It's empty, just like them. is empty just like them. Baby. Excuse me, y'all. Wow. Okay, we could be dealing with a mother figure. It don't have to be a mother figure. It could be a grandmother. It could be an aunt. It could be an older sister. Hell, it could be a sister. Just take how it resonates. Okay, everybody's story gonna be slightly different. All right, let's just find how it came out. Yes, and this mother figure is very sick. Yes. Why are they sick? Because the moment you understood them, they fell apart. The truth of them broke them apart. The truth of them made them sick. The truth of them put them in their head. The truth of them is that they cannot handle the truth of who they truly are. This is why they have to prepare for a funeral. It is what it is. And it's not the only occurrence in that group dynamic that's going to be here. It's going to be many of them that's going to be here. A mature man too. That's the result of people who cannot thrive in the truth as to who they truly are. That's the truth. Kimberly State's target on TikTok, they actually targeted themselves. They did. By continuously staying under the illusion or the guise of illusions. So they were a target to themselves. They self-sabotage themselves. Checkmate. Checkmate. Not only that, there's a mature woman and a mature man here. So this is giving family dynamic. It could be your family or it could be an ex's family. Take it how it resonates. It could be both families working together. Take it how it resonates. But there is a unison of a mature woman and a mature woman that is working in tandem to get you to stop speaking the truth or to get you to stop operating or embodying truth. If that makes sense. Then we also have a wealthy man here, but that's in reverse. So again, it could be spun in many different ways. It could be a brother that's involved in this. That's one way. And they could be the child of this mature woman or mature man. Or it could be your mother figure may have a boyfriend or your father figure may have a girlfriend. It could be their son, their child. That's another way. Or it could be your ex as well too. It could be your ex's mother and their father if they have a father, or your ex's father and their mother or girlfriend, whatever. Okay. But there's a younger man that is connected to these two individuals here because they are the one that created all of this here. So again, it could stem or it could originate from a family dynamic. Okay, so again, take it how it resonates. All of this because you were speaking truth by yourself, minding your business. But because of how harsh and brash the truth that you spoke, they could not handle that. You understood them. They did not want you to understand the truth of you. So with that being said, courthouse is in reverse. So they thought that if they put you in court cases, that would shut you up. Now, they thought that if you would have to spend a lot of money or deck out or cash out a lot of money, it will put you in a deficit where you could not express yourself. They wanted to silence you through a bigger party or a bigger power of authority. And in this instance here, when you're dealing with individuals that are very deceitful and lying in nature, they're going to run to the courts. They may do a cease and desist. They may try to put you underneath some kind of a clause. They may try to do some form of an NDA, some kind of something to get you to stop speaking. But every tactic and every ounce of a plan or method that they have tried to utilize towards you, it did not work. That's why the courthouse, thank you. That's why the courthouse is in reverse. It didn't work. So now that they're understanding the bigger plot, or more so the bigger plan, is now falling apart or capsizing or collapsing underneath their feet or shit right in front of their face, they don't know what to do. Going back to my notes, they could survive being questioned. They okay with that because they can just redirect the questions surrounding the questions that are being asked of them. So they could survive, not thrive, big difference. They could survive being questioned, but they could not survive being understood all at once. All at once? You mean the whole enchilada? You mean the whole shebang bang? You mean everything? Yes, heifer, everything. 100% of everything? Yes, Karmic, everything. 100%. Because questions gave them room to move. So here's an example. Karmic, did you eat today? Well, why you ask me if I ate today and da-da-da, and you just asking a simple question, but they turned that simple question into elaborate distortion or an elaborate illusion of the answer that they don't want you to be aware about. It's like a cat and mouse game. But yet again, you were never the mouse. You weren't. You were always the cat. Always. Okay? So questions gave them room to move, to redirect, and to stay fragmented. Like, for instance, I'll use me, a personal example. I told you guys before I was helping an it. I'll call it it. I was helping it sometime last year, late last year, and I allowed it to stay with me, with her child. And I realized there were a lot of discrepancies that I did not like about that said person. So I called them out on it. And the moment that I called that person out on the things that I saw, it began to cry on cue. So I sat back. I didn't say anything. I was like, oh, okay. And I realized that it was a methodical pattern that this person would do. And this person loved to gossip about people, talk ill about people, but don't have a pot to piss in and refuse to get into the shower to wash their pissy front. Yes. That is the truth. So I was like, something not right with this person. So I decided that enough was enough and that person had to go. That makes sense. And when I asked specific questions, they got very afraid or very startled by my directness. I'm cool when I'm cool. I'm chill when I'm chill, as long as you're telling the truth. But the moment that I feel, especially when you're around me and you're trying to pull wool over my eyes, baby, I'm going to get so direct with you. Yeah, it may send chills down your spine because I don't like shit like that. I keep saying I don't like liars. And I challenged it, or I was in a direct conversation and it couldn't handle it. So it started to cry on cue. So that's just an example. So nonetheless, questions gave them room to move, to redirect, to stay fragmented. They don't want the whole piece. They want to give you fragmented parts of the answer. So you're always kind of having to scuffle and try to figure out, well, yeah, they said that, and I remember when they said that, and that's a lot. And if you're a person that doesn't have a fortified mind, or if you're a person that's not strong within the mind, actually that can actually put you at a disadvantage versus an actual advantage, if that makes sense. So they know exactly what they're doing when they're trying to hide or escape from their lies or their deceitful ways. So understanding removed the distance and forced everything they are into the same place. And when I directly had the conversation with it, again, it cried on cue because everything, it realized that I caught on to what it was doing, and it started to backtrack and start to backpedal because it didn't want me to know that I was on to them. So again, that's just an example, but this is what people do on the day-to-day. And this can be found amongst many, many, many regions and many, many, many populations of individuals who utilize lie for a living. Look, despair. Yep. Yes. So Solo Fierce 7731 states on YouTube, excuse me, now they're looking foolish as hell with no way out and nowhere to go. They're stuck within themselves, which is the most dangerous space that a person can place themselves in. They're stuck within their mind with no place to release or escape. And again, they can escape, if you catch my drift, of course, to inebriation of things and other paraphernalia of things. But that's a quick moment of escaping, if that makes sense. They can't physically escape themselves unless they physically, themselves, if that makes sense. But because the truth is so harsh to handle or to absorb within themselves, some of them actually do that to themselves. And that's why some of them are in despair. All because they wanted to fight you with truth. I don't know who the hell told them that lies would always, always, always overpower the truth. And that is not the case. That's why they need droves of people against one individual like you, your unique, rare self. Yeah, let's come together and let's really stick on this lie. Let's really pile on this lie. You're looking like, bruh, so you a liar too? Oh, you a liar? Oh, so you listening to that too? Oh, okay. So you a liar too. Okay. They won't show their face. They won't show their body. Hell, they won't show their hands, so they think. A person who's always secretive always show their hands. Please don't get it twisted. Again, difference between secrecy and privacy. A person who lives and survives in secrecy is always going to show their hand. Always. And let them. Let them do the hard lifting for you. Let them. Despite what they say about you, let them do the heavy lifting for you. Let them, what's the word? Let them strut themselves in the environment that they have created for themselves. Let them. Let them do what they gotta do. Who cares? Oh, the collective is mean. We don't give a flying fart. We don't care. Oh, the collective is cold. We don't care about that either. Anything that they say, get into a space of being indifferent, and you gonna see them. Oh, they're not listening to me, and you gonna see. I'm telling you, you gonna see them fall right right in front of your face. And you're like, dang, it was that easy. That is it. All right, let's go with the crime card, true crimes card today. All right, tell me about the wealthy man in reverse. So there's a wealthy man that has traveled, but they don't have any money. So again, they may have traveled to court. They may have traveled to make egregious police reports. And for the ones that can resonate here, some may have actually traveled internationally as well too. So again, take it how it resonates. Now, they may have traveled internationally to put you in a position here. Okay? Now, it can be, I'll put it this way, entrapment of the mind, utilizing certain type of paraphernalia, putting things in your food, putting things in your drink to change or alter your perception of your mind. This is what this wealthy man or this once wealthy man have done. Take it how it resonates. And the same entrapment that they try to place you in is the same entrapment that they're currently in. They're utilizing the same option that they wanted for you is what they're now using for themselves. Because they have to drown out what they have done to you. This person never respects you. And again, I'm pretty sure you don't give a damn, or you're going to be in a space soon enough to where you don't care. But you not caring is what broke the camel's back. Because it's like, how dare you? How dare you not receive my lies as such? How dare you not take my lies as such? How dare you question my lies? How dare you don't take what I give to you at face value? So again, they needed to prove a point that their lies were going to stay ahead or stay afloat. And they did prove the point that their lies were not going to be at the top. It was always the truth. Remember, the truth could be all the way down suppressed into never airy. It can be, because people are going to do everything possible to do that. But at one point in time, when something shifts or something triggers, and the thing that is triggered is the person who's telling the lie. They are the one that actually unearths the truth. Does that make sense? They hate the truth so much that they're going to keep pushing it down and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it down. And when you don't give into what they want you to give into in regards to their lies, you trigger the actual truth to surface above the lies. Checkmate. I'm going to keep asking the same old question. What kind of game is this they're playing? For real? What kind of game is this that they're playing? Why should you take them serious when they can't even play the game that they freaking created or originated or generated? Make it make sense. That's why I said I can't take this serious. I take it serious, of course, if you catch my drift. But the things that they do to make you be seen a certain way, I just can't take serious. It's like, okay, that's just you're boring. I'm not gonna lie. I strongly feel, this is my own personal point of view, I strongly feel narcissistic individuals are fucking boring. They're boring. I think lying is boring. It's outdated. It's childish. It's like, okay. It's just like, okay, it's like an annoying fly that you just want to swat. Like, okay, it's okay. What else you got? What else is there? You know, it's just, it doesn't give me life, if that makes sense. It just makes me like, okay. It just makes me turn off. Anywho, let's keep moving forward. So tell me about the high honor in reverse. Now, the mature man and mature woman put the wealthy man up to this here because they're much, we'll say, younger, much more vibrant in life when it comes to lies. They're much more quicker on their heels, or they're more quick with lies. And they gave them the, I'll say this way, the ambassador role to ensure that they keep the deception or the lies afloat of the family dynamic. So they thought that this wealthy man was going to come towards you and try to show you a thing or two, or prove to you that the lies were always going to stay on top, and it did not happen in that way. Very boring and cowardice, if you ask me. All right, so what's going on with this high honor in reverse? Baby, surveillance is in reverse. So not only are they not of high honor, they can't surveil you at all. And the question here, so this mature woman and mature man gives me technophobe vibes, meaning that they're not tech savvy, they're not internet savvy, they're not like electronically savvy. So they utilize a younger person who can maneuver through certain things a little bit more quickly. Well, show me how to make an email, or can you show me how to create this? And what do I do this password? And can you show? They don't know anything about this. They don't know about technology, or if they do, it's very slow coming. So they hired or they utilized someone else that they trust. It could be a child's father. It could be a friend, a best friend. It could be a brother, a teacher, a co-worker, a boss, whatever, okay? To do all the dirty work for them. So with high, because they have the role of mature woman and mature man to stay afloat. They're being seen in the community as the loving mature woman, which is a role, or the loving control, the loving man within the role of the actual community here. So again, they gave this role to this wealthy man, a younger man, and this wealthy man lost you, or could not confirm you, or could not find you, or could not watch you. Take that how that resonates. And let me break this down. So how I'm explaining it here is that even though they may know where you are, if that makes sense, they still don't know where you are mentally. That makes sense. So even though they may have eyes on you, they still don't know a thing or two in regards to what's going on in your mind. I need to make that very clear. So again, take it how it resonates. It could be on two different sides. If they are fully aware as to where you are, they still don't know what you got going on. If they don't know where you are at all, they of course they're not going to know anything about you. So again, take that how that resonates. So they cannot surveil you in any way, shape, or form. And it's making them look very suspect because, again, this mature woman and mature man gave them the baton to be considered or be in the position of them being the person of high honor when it comes to their lies. But a person who is of high honor would not be in the position a person who lies would not be in a position of high honor. Only a person that speaks truth will be a person that sits in high honor, if that makes sense. So they got the game all effed up and completely distorted. Simpletons. So it has put we'll say a very bitter taste into the wealthy man's or the poor man's mouth here because of jealousy. Now they're trying to watch you closely. Somebody's making roasted chicken or eating roasted chicken or something like that. But it's putting a jealousy tinge within this person's mouth here because they can't do what you do. They can't be truthful. That bothers them. You are understood. That bothers them. They want to be in the same predicament or in the same space where they feel understood by you, but with conditions, with distorted conditions, with illusioned conditions. And it's not working because, again, it would never be. So the jealousy is taking them overboard because they have to prove a point, or they have to continue to position themselves in regards to what these two individuals position them as the person that is of high honor, and they are not, which is why they can't watch you in the way they thought that they could. This person told this couple here that they knew everything about you, and that was not the case. It wasn't the truth. Despite them being around you, despite them having conversations with you, they could not handle you. Why? Because your truth was triggering. That's why they always try to shut you down. This is why they always try to fight you tooth and nail, because every time you spoke truth, it pierced them through their heart. It hit them right in their chest. And they cannot handle the magnitude of the truth that you speak or spoke, if that makes sense. So they could not surveil you because they could not get past your truth, your triggering truth, your harsh truth, your brashness of the truth. If that makes sense. That's why they became jealous. Whip. Baby. Now take it how it resonates. This person could have been an engineer. I'm just putting it upright, but engineer was in reverse. All right. So this person may have been an engineer of any kind. There are many different types: an industrial engineer, a mechanical engineer. Y'all help me out with the different types of engineers. A building engineer, inspector, some kind of engineering position that they have lost. They lost their job. That's one way. Or another way here is that they were trying to engineer or create or be the architect surrounding this big elaborate illusion that civil engineer, thank you, software engineer, thank you. So y'all, again, take how it resonates. So they could may have secured a position of such within an engineering degree or just background or niche, or more so they were trying to physically engineer or create something in your life, and it was put to bed. So either they lost their job, or the creation of them creating whatever or engineering something, it was put to rest. It ended. It doesn't work. It's depleted. It's null and void. It's not working. And it's putting this wealthy man in a really bad space within their mind. Really bad space within their mind. All right, tell me about the mature man. Celebrity. So as I mentioned, maybe it is a celebrity. That's one way. Thank you. Maybe it is a celebrity. That's one way, of course. Or they could be a celebrity within their community or their dynamic or the family dynamic. So many people may tend to look up to this mature man. He may be the patriarch of the family, which will make him very much more of a celebrity of the dynamic. So again, take it how it resonates. But however it resonates for you, they saw this person as the go-to, the mature man as the, we'll say, overseer of the whole circumstance, or the one that may have had the most knowledge because of the gray hair. And that's not always true. Just because someone is of an older age or older state of age does not make them intelligent or does not make them smart. It doesn't, because there are a lot of older individuals out here that just have gray hair, but they don't have anything to show for their intellect, for their knowledge, for their smarts, or anything of that nature. And this is strongly what I'm picking up here. This, like I said, this mature man is more of like a technophobe. They could be afraid of the internet. They may tend to want to do things more where you don't leave footprints, where they want to go back to the olden days of things, where writing checks or not using a debit card or afraid to use a credit card, or because those type of things leave a digital footprint. And this mature man thought, again, because they're older, they come from an olden way of doing things, they did not want any type of a digital footprint to be left behind. The wealthy man here is younger, prefers that everything be done more so digitally when it comes to the footprint, more so for their sake, but not yours. They thought that if they, going back to engineers, so they could be like a software engineer. They could have been trying to hack into your computers. They could have been trying to hack into your emails. They could have been trying to be hacked into your social media channels here. That was the younger person that was doing that here. So they were the one that the mature man gave the baton to the younger person to do those things towards you. And it put this mature man in, we'll say, a tizzy, or more so a frenzy, because they thought that something bad was going to happen. Now, this is something that they never told or stated out loud towards the dynamic or the community of people that were helping them, trying to make you stay quiet or to make you basically not speak up. But I'm feeling here that this younger person, in the midst of this mature woman and mature man, were reassuring them that they would never get caught. The mature man wasn't going for that, but didn't say that verbatim. Their actions didn't show that. Their behavior did. They were very silent surrounding that. Yeah, so the mature man could have been the devil of the whole thing, the whole, the whole enchilada. All right, let's keep moving forward. Interesting. So we have female here with mature woman. The female could be a sister. It could be your sister. It could be someone you may have called sister. It could be your ex's sister or your ex's family members. But there were other family members that were also included in this as well, too. Courtesy of the wealthy man, which will be younger than the mature man and the mature woman. So there's a sibling, a feminine energy, a woman energy that was also involved in this. Tell me more about the feminine, the sibling energy. Tell me more about the sibling energy. Yes, beach. Things being washed ashore. This person may love the beach, or they could be Caribbean, or they could live off a coast of somewhere. A coast will be like a California coast, the Texas coast, the coastline of Texas, Mexico, any area that represents some form of a coastal living, or it could be an actual Caribbean, because there's a lot of beaches on the Caribbean as well too. So take it how it resonates, okay? But strong beach activities or warm activities. Caribbean, warm, Texas, Florida, California, coastal, Washington State, Maine, New Jersey, coastal, okay? And all those secrets are being washed up. Yep, Florida too. Yes, landfill. All of their dirty deeds are now being washed up. Because they needed help. So how the feminine energy is involved in this, a sibling energy is involved in this, is that the male couldn't do this. So they then hired, or they then recruited another family member, which again could be a sibling-like energy. It could be your sibling, or it could be an ex's sibling, or a co-worker sibling. But nonetheless, it's a sibling energy here, and they thought that they were more fitted for the job because this younger, wealthy man couldn't do it. They could not keep up with you, or they could not keep, we'll say, control or reins of you. So they hired, or they recruited, or they added in this feminine sibling energy, could be of this wealthy man. Tell me more about this feminine, female sibling. I want to learn more about this person. Female sibling, what are they hiding? Feminine sibling energy. They're in debt and they're full of lies. Interesting. So if they're in debt and they're full of lies here, this feminine energy, so they came into the equation to get money, okay, because of the wealthy man. But yet again, the wealthy man at one point in time was wealthy, but because it's in reverse, they're not wealthy anymore. So this can also play out as to the wealthy man, which will be the youngest person or younger, could be the child of this mature woman or mature man or both. Or separately, the wealthy man could be the child of just a mature woman, or the wealthy man could be the child of the mature man, or actually both, but however it resonates. But nonetheless, the feminine sibling here is aware that this mature, wealthy person, which could be the sibling, so there are two siblings here that always make money. Well, I mean, if they're an engineer, engineers make pretty good money if that was their actual occupation. They make pretty good, substantial money. And that the wealthy man could have been the breadwinner for the actual family dynamic. That's another way to look at it as well. But anywho, the feminine energy was always, not only the feminine energy, the mature man and also the mature woman as well. All of them, to be honest, were always in lies when it came to debt or finances. So I think the female feminine or the sibling energy wanted to come in if they had strong stipulations that they were going to get paid, or they probably were told that they were told that if they were added to the equation of trying to get you to be quiet or to shut you up, that they will also get a payment as well too. That's why the feminine energy is here, and that's why the feminine energy sibling was very quiet, because this gives very quiet, very subtle. They're not one to really talk or to be around like that, but they're still highly involved. Okay, we do have greed. Yeah. So this whole family is only surrounding greed as what they can get from you. Can they take you to court to get you to stop speaking? Could they put some form of a census or censor you from stop speaking out? Can they get paid for this? They tried everything and nothing has worked. So it's putting them on high alert because they know that you know the truth, and because of the actions that they know of you knowing the truth. Scratch that. They're very alarmed by you knowing the truth as to who they are, the identity of the family dynamic, the branch, the whole tree of the family dynamic is very rotten to its core. The mother figure, the mature mother figure is very rotten to their core. The father figure, mature man, is very rotten to the core. And then it branched out to the sibling, the brother and the sister. Again, it could be your friend that did this to you, a child's father that did this to you, a friend, a best friend, a boss, a manager, a supervisor. Okay, put the titles and the roles how it needs to resonate for you. But the whole family tree is rotten to its core, and it's finally going to be uprooted for everyone to see. So basically the roots are going to be exposed. There's also homicide here too. Oh, hopefully I can say that. I already said it, but homicide is here. And this is what they were trying to get done towards you, a homicide. Yes, they are watching your social media. You were married to this person. Take it how it resonates. Please don't tell me, oh, listen to me. Take it how it resonates. Okay. Don't fight me down. I'm trying to give you the information. All right. We got social media and money. And then we also got marriage too. So if you were, then of course this resonates. If you weren't, you could have been in a common law connection. Maybe you just share a child with this person. Take it how it resonates, okay? It could be spun in many different ways. But again, social media, they've been watching your social media because they were expecting some form of a big payout here. I strongly feel for the ones that do resonate, if you were married to either this man or a woman here, they married you only for basically for money is what they did. The mature women were aware of this and the mature man were aware of this. This is a very money hungry family. Accomplice, partner in crime. Absolutely. The partner in crime here is the family dynamic. Yeah, that's the partner in crime. And because they could not win in court, they wanted you here. They couldn't beat you. They couldn't beat you spiritually. They couldn't beat you mundanely, which will be the courts. So now they try to fixate on causing this towards you, and it's not going to work. It's not. Ooh, baby. That's how far some people are willing to take things when a person learns the actual truth in regards to who you are. Not all who you are, basically who they are too. They know who you are. You're a truthful person. They can't stand it about you. You know who they are. They're a lying, deceitful family group, and they can't stand that about you. Oh well, it is what it is. Tell me about the despair. So they're drowning in despair with water. You could be the water sign going through this, or they could be the water sign, or they're just drowning in their efforts in trying to cause things towards you. Take it how it resonates. But this whole family dynamic is in despair because there are a lot of moving parts that are now being shown or exposed. The root, the family root is now being exposed. Yeah, let's use this deck here. All right, let's go deeper surrounding the wealthy man. The wealthy man travel. The wealthy man surrounding his travels. Yes, that is the tea. That is the tea. The mature woman was preying on your downfall. They were the one that was given the, we'll say, the honor of praying against you, or praying P-R-E-Y and also P-R-A-Y. But they're scared. Some kind of a ghost, or they saw a ghost, or they saw the truth that is popping up. The truth is the ghost, or the ghost of truth that's popping up. Oh, yeah. Baby. What I say? Kapaya. Lupa Linda. What I say? Didn't I say family tree? And look at the tree. There's no abundance on this tree. There's no leaves on this tree. Yeah. Baby. Wee doggy. Baby. You got them MFers sat. You hear me? S-A-T. They are sat. They don't know what to do. They got their hands on their knees, and they They got the piano key hands. They biting their fingers and they don't know what to do with themselves, child, because this was fated to happen exactly in this way. They'll be going down for premeditated. They'll be going down for extortion. They'll be going down for making egregious reports in court, police. They're going down for a lot of things. A lot of things. Yeah, look. Booyah! Look. See? The eye sees. Look at the eye. The eye seeing, baby. The all-seeing eye. Baby, spirit is talking today. You hear me? Baby, look. I envision. Look. Baby. I had a vision of love, and it was more that you given to me. I had a vision of love, and it was more. Fantasy is in reverse. They shocked. Baby. Ooh, the mother lovers. The Mickey Fickies. Pop your collar, collective. Take a bow, collective. Pop them collars, boo. Listen. We got lost in ill. Ill is shocked, baby. They shocked me. They shocked beyond shock. They shooketh. All of this because you're speaking the truth in regards to what they done to you. I'm going back to my notes. You become the point where their avoidance stops working. They only avoided you initially because you were running after them. That was the perfect crime or the perfect getaway plan. Oh, in the karmic doing this to me. They love that. They thrived in that. They survived in that. And you pull back like, man, yeah, I know what they did to me was real cruel. But yeah, I'm just going to release it. I'm going to pray about it and I'm going to release it. And that's what you did. And when you did, their avoidance stopped working because you stopped chasing after them with your truth. So it stopped them dead in their tracks. And now they have to get closer to you because now they're trying to figure out what's what. Are you truly afraid or what's going on here? They don't know what's what. So their entire system depends on evasion. You evaded them. Redirection. You redirected the whole situation. You sure did. You became silent and spirit told you to hush. Shh. Not a word, not a peep, not a little bo peep. Hush. And that's what you did. You became quiet. So their entire system depends on evasion, redirection, distortion, and reset. It only works if you participated and you didn't participate in it. So they got scared. They was like, oh, you're the collective is not participating. What are we going to do? Okay, go close to them. And the more they go close to them, the more, baby, they're being seen. Let them. More they get close to you, the more digitally they're leaving a footprint. Let them leave all the footprint that they can because they're heavily being watched right now. They are. Hey. So you stay in direct contact with what is without moving off of it. That creates something they cannot navigate, a fixed point. The fixed point is the truth of the matter, of the reality of it all. Every tactic they use depends on you shifting. Every tactic that they use depended on you shifting. You didn't shift, or at least not in the way that they anticipate. So when you didn't shift, their system, their mental system, has nothing to attach to. Have nothing to go on. It's not registering in their mind. So it collapses inwardly. The guilt. Now they rocking back and forth. Oh, God. Am I going to go to jail? Yes. You're going to jail, karmic. Yes. You're either going to be judged by 12 or carried by 6. That's just the final verdict. Either carried by 6 or judged by 12. That's it. That's their destiny. That's what they wanted. That's what they kept praying for. That's what they're going to get. Carried by 6 or judged by 12. Their choice. Some will be carried by 6, yes, because some can't take it mentally. They ain't going to be able to take it. So some will be carried by 6. You're going to get strong confirmation. And I strongly feel, because the younger person couldn't do it, the younger person is going to be carried by 6. The older ones already older in age, they're going to be carried by 6 too. I think the sister or the sibling may be judged by 12 initially, but eventually they'll be carried by 6. Every last one of them will be carried by 6. They won't make it in jail. I stamp that 100%. They would not make it in jail. I'm telling you. You're going to come back and tell me, and I await. I so await. I so await. I await. I'm like, okay. Just don't forget my Oracle decks, okay? Legal matters is in reverse. They're not going to be able to handle this. I'm telling you. It's too much. Look how far ignorance. What to say? What does transition mean? We know what transition means. And stressed out. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Dang. It's a family of candles. Oh, it's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now look at the candles. Candles blowing up in their face. Like little missiles. Pew, 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 pew. And they on the down low with it. We don't give a damn if they're on the down low or they out wide open with it. It's going to be publicly known. It's going to be publicly known. Yep, the root's going to be uprooted. Let me drink some tea. Give me a second. Throat feeling a little dry. Give me a second. Y'all don't go nowhere. Let me drink this tea real quick, please. Somebody puts milk in their tea. I don't, but that's just what popped up. Somebody puts milk in their tea, or you may drink like a milk tea or something like that. Boba tea. Yeah, this Toy Story. We just call it Toy Story candles, y'all. I say witchcraft. We just call it Toy Story candles. Has backfired and is very dangerous to the root of the family. The whole family is not well, mentally well. Well, how do you know that? Look at how far they went to hide truth. A person who is mentally well won't do any of this. Facts upon facts upon facts upon statistical facts. Researchable, true, evident facts. A person who is of well mind will not do any of this. They won't. So since they want to continue to play with their Toy Story candles, okay. Good news for you, but no good news for them. all for control that they never had. Hidden agendas in reverse. They never had control. Money as well. Whatever money they took from you is already dried up. Take it how it resonates. They done spent it all. Good. Because it's going to further prove that the motive was money. That's a blessing in disguise, believe it or not. And I know some of you be like, oh no, baby, I get it. I promise you I do. I can relate to you. I promise you. But just hear me out here, please, respectfully. If they have taken any type of money from you, I promise you it's a blessing in disguise for you. Hear me out. They don't even realize what they did when they did that, or what they have done when they did, or when they took that money from you. Trust me on this. They just created an even bigger digital footprint for themselves that they cannot erase. Look. Look. You're going to get it all back. Energetically, you are. You're going to go to court. You're going to sue the court system. If children are involved, you can sue DHS, police department, whoever else, psychologist, whoever's involved. I don't know. Everybody's story going to be different. Every last entity of that city have to pay you your dineros, your yen, your dollars, your pesos, your euros. Yeah, they're going to have to come up off that. Your rupees. Yeah, they're going to have to come up off that. Jamaican dollars. Yeah, they're going to have to come up off that. Could be Libra. Take it how it rests. You could be the Libra. Or they could be a Libra that's in dark energy. The Libra that's in dark energy was playing with Lilo and Stitch candles. Some even went across the seas, like SpongeBob. Some even went across the seas to hire people to do spell work on you. And that person they hired overseas is now depressed because they never seen anything like it. Well, then that tells me that they're not true to what they are. If you got to go overseas and that overseas person can't beat you, well, then that person is not true to who they say they are. Because if they are, they would have known that your heart was clean. You were pure. They would have known that. But money talks, baby, and BS walks. Not only that, yeah. So this spiritualist or root worker or divinator or high priest, high priestess is also karmic. They're going to attract people like them. They're going to attract people like them. And that's what they did. Suffering in silence. Toxic wise. Suffering in silence is here, 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 and here. And here, the frontal lobe, the back lobe, the medulla oblongata. Shit, medulla oblongata. All the intricate parts of the brain, okay? The truth is filling their mind. You imagine the truth is so toxic to them that they're suffering in silence? Let me repeat that. The truth is so intoxicating to them that is seeping through all parts of their mind and they're suffering in silence. All for money. Short-lived money that you're going to get back. I'm just going to sit quiet. You're going to get the money back. Girl, you know you was right. I know. You're going to get the money back. They were weak and impulsive. Listen to me. A message is coming. Okay. They were weak and impulsive. I get so weak in the knees, I could hardly speak. I lose all control and something takes over me. What took over them? Greed, toxicity, so-called power. I think Goofy had more power than them. Remember Goof Troop? And Max was trying to do the dance eye to eye, and he powered up in the suit. Here, he had more power than these heifers here. But anywho, yeah, they had little bits of power. And they thought their power supersede yours. Child, please, when you get power from God, when you get power from source, when you get power from spirit, however you do your thing, Jesus, Krishna, Buddha, however way. Okay. Yeah, now they here. Burden of tears. It's not you. Not me, meaning you. Put yourself here. That makes sense? It's not you. It's not you. Yeah, it ain't you. Go out there and be freaking great. Go out there and be great. You were edified, or you received the edification surrounding this whole diabolical plot. You did. And when you did, they lost it. They lost it. They lost you. They lost their mind. They lost their money. They lost their footing. They lost respect. They lost their intuition. They lost their spiritual gifts. They lost people, and they're even losing themselves. That is the message for the karmic. I rest my case. We got Aquarius. Libra. Aries. Libra. Gemini. Virgo. That's what they get. What's the say the young kids say? Oh, we know ball or something. You know ball. You know ball, okay? You know ball, all right? B-A-L-L. You know ball, okay? Virgo, take it out, resonate. Checkmate. 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 Checkmate swish. You got Scorpio. Aquarius. I got another live coming. Yeah, yeah. Come on, I'm coming to love on y'all today. Today's Friday, okay? Sagittarius. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. Yeah, Leo. Taurus. Yeah, I'm about to go get me something to eat and I'll be back. Okay. Aquarius. One more. Capricorn. So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I told myself, and I'm going to make myself clear again, I said, and I vowed to myself and to the collective that I am no longer going to spare stupidity. I will not spare stupidity anymore. And I will not spare bullies intellectually anymore. I am not. Oh, baby. I know they ain't ready for me. That's all right. Y'all about to have a great day. Come back couple 2-3 hours. Make sure you have me subscribed. Make sure you hit that ding button. Make sure you following me. Make sure you got your notifications on, okay? All right, now come get these flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Go out there, be freaking great. No excuses. Go out there and be great. Thrive. Thrive in your beautifulness. Thrive in your handsomeness. Go out there and explore the world. Get yourself together. If you need help, come join us in the Wisdom Beyond Wounds group where we dive deep surrounding shadows. So if you have a shadow that's making you feel stuck, Come on over. We gonna gather you together. It's a community filled with loving individuals, respectful individuals, high vibrant individuals. Okay? Wisdom Beyond Wounds on Facebook. Come join us. Love you guys. Mwah. Take care. See y'all soon. Bye. Thank you. See y'all. Love, love, love. See y'all.